Hey there, cats and kittens, and welcome back to another episode of Historic Drama. I'm your host, Brianna Bolt, and today we're going to be talking with the recent Cuban Missile Crisis, or as I like to call it, the Bay of Pigs invasion. The invasion has been in the works for a long time, well, beginning with the deterioration of the Cuban-U.S. relations in the early 1960s, as well as a trade embargo that the U.S. placed on Cuba in 1960. The invasion itself was an absolute embarrassment on the Kennedy administration, but it solidified Castro's leadership in Cuba. This undoubtedly drove a wedge between the two countries. Let's meet our two guests who are gonna give me tea on this crazy issue. Boys, come on in.
Hi.
Hello.
This guy right here is John F. Kennedy, the current U.S. president, and this guy over here is Fidel Castro, the current Cuban dictator. And let's just say, these two aren't happy with each other.
Oh, come off it, John. This isn't my fault. Blame the Soviets. They're the ones that began to build the missiles in Cuba anyway. Plus, your invasion was weak anyway. My grandma could have beat up your army.
Whoa. Let's back up for a second. Talk about the invasion. JFK, what do you have to say about this?
Well, my original plan was to overthrow Fidel over there. I don't really like the way that he runs things around Cuba, and I hoped this invasion would be enough to take him down off his high horse. But unfortunately, this was just a dream. On April 17, 1961, I sent an army of around 1,300 Cuban exiles, armed to the gills with U.S. weapons, to the Bay of Pigs, on the southern coast of Cuba. Now, the plan was to cross all the way to Havana with some support from the locals. However, it didn't exactly go to plan.
That's right. My army crushed theirs like a bug under our feet within the first hour of the invasion. 90 exiles were killed and the rest were taken as prisoners. You should have known better to play around with the dictator sport. Try harder next time.
Oh, shut up, old man. I had the option to use the Air Force against you. My men could have fried you extra crispy if I asked them to, but out of the goodness of my heart, I refrained. The only reason I lost was because of this.
But you still lost. Again, better luck next time. Look, my country is better than yours. Time for you to admit it.
Oh yeah? And how is that so?
We've got better leadership, better weather, and enough dairy production to feed the island for a lifetime. Dude, production is so good I built monuments for our cows. I'm obviously the best, and it's time for you to recognize that.
And don't forget about Soviet missile technology. I'm sure that's an asset on your country. Eh, Fidel?
Hold on a second. JFK, did you accuse Fidel of housing Soviet missiles within Cuba? Elaborate, my dear sir.
It'd be my pleasure, miss. On August 31st, 1962, Kenneth Keating, one of my senators, warned the Senate that Soviet forces were building missile sites right here in Cuba. And he urged me to take action against this. And I chose the route of peace. Soviet Foreign Minister Andrei Gromyko warned me that any Cuban conflict could mean war with the Soviet Union. And that was the last thing that I wanted. Soon after, on October 14th, 1962, I sent spy planes over Cuba for photographic evidence of these missile sites. And evidence I got. The next day, I called an emergency meeting with my military and political advisors, which would soon be called XCOM. We decided that an airstrike on the missile site was a bad idea, and instead urged a naval blockade against Cuba. However, I warned the Soviets that if they engaged with us in nuclear warfare, we would retaliate. Yesterday, on October 27, 1962, I sent Nikita Khrushchev, the leader of the Soviets, a letter in which I offered to end the naval blockade and not invade Cuba, as well as to dismantle the Turkish missile bases at a later date. But the guy has yet to respond.
Hold on a second. Boys, I'm getting some breaking news. It looks like the Khrushchev have responded. He agrees to remove the missiles in Cuba. All he asks is that the U.S. pledges not to invade Cuba.
So, I won't invade you if you take away those missiles of yours. Sound good?
John, old boy, you got yourself a deal.
Well, it looks like everything's gonna work out between you two. Good luck, boys.
Thank you.
Thanks, miss.
Oh my, what a crazy turn of events. However, I think these two are gonna be all right. That's all for me. See you back on the next episode of Historic Drama.
That any Cuban conflict could mean war with the Soviet...